Now then, people, it's Joe, it's all Leeds TV, and it's time for your Leeds versus Wolves pre-match chat. It seems an absolute age since I've done one of these videos. Gone now is the international break. I wish they'd just go forever, if I'm totally honest, and just England turn up for the actual tournaments. Not really a fan of the international break. And obviously some really poor news from a Leeds United perspective, the fact that Liam Cooper and Diego Llorente are both going to be out for this game due to these not worthwhile internationals. Just my opinion. You might agree, disagree. Yes, I'm buzzing Calvin's in the England setup, but I just think, especially what's going on in the world right now, it was a little bit needless, a little bit early. We've only just had one, and I think we've got one due in November. It's an absolute nightmare for me. Before we get into the Wolves video, please smash a like, share, and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts on this video and what your score predictions are for the Monday night football game, Leeds versus Wolves at Elland Road. So let's begin and start with Wolves then. Look, Wolves have had a bit of a checkered start, if you ask me. Only 2 wins so far this season, one coming away at Sheffield United. Look, Sheffield United have only scored 1 goal and haven't won a game yet. So, you know, we went to Sheffield United and won as well. And a win, only 1-0 at home to Fulham. And we all know how poor Fulham are. They've had losses against Stoke in the Cup. Man City, they were beat 3-1. And of course, I mean, they were battered 4-0 away against West Ham. Bit of a checkered start. I mean, I remember looking at this fixture and seeing Wolves and Man City both at home and thinking it's a little bit of a free hit, both games for Leeds United. My whole perspective on that has changed now. I think we can get at this Wolves side, and hopefully I think we'll get a positive result. Why not go after all 3 points? It's going to be a really, really interesting game. Be interesting to see how the midfield works out with the likes of Neves, Dendoncker in that Wolves side. Of course, we've got to be mindful as well of your man Adama Traore. If you correct me if I'm wrong, I think he set up 3 goals for Patrick Bamford the last time we came up against Adama Traore against Middlesbrough. We all know how that game ended up. But Patrick Bamford's ours now. He's in right form. Hopefully he'll get on the score sheet as well come Monday night. From a Leeds United perspective, of course, Pascal Struijk's going to come in alongside Koch. Listen, the last time that happened, we conceded 4 goals. That was against probably the best team in England, one of the best teams in the world. So don't take too much from that. And let's not forget, Robin Koch had only really come into the side. It was his debut. It was Pascal Struijk's debut at centre-back, brand new partnership against the best side in England. So naturally, it's going to be tough. And let's not forget as well, they scored no goals from open play. They were all as a result of a set piece. So as long as we don't give silly set pieces against this strong Wolves side, then I think we'll be all right. And also, Robin Koch's come further on for his experiences in the 4 games that he's played now. I have full confidence that Pascal Struijk can do a job because we've seen it. We've seen it. I think, look, it is disappointing. You know, we all wanted another centre-back. We get one in, and then they both injured at the same time. So it's really frustrating. Another exciting thing, though, was the fact that Rafinha is going to be involved at the weekend. It really shows me, as a Leeds United fan, just how far we've come and the quality of additions that we're making at Leeds United, that Bielsa's ready and willing to throw them straight in. We were there in the Championship when Isaiah Brown played 1 game, 1 game. And it was the end of the season, last throw of the dice against Derby. You know, we've seen other players come in, JKA, many more that just didn't get a look in because they weren't up to Bielsa levels. However, flip that now on its head and look at Rodrigo coming in. He's playing a part. Will he start? He could do. Pablo Hernandez is going to be fit. So for me, I think Pablo will come in. I genuinely do. I think it'll be Pablo and Click in the middle of the park, Costa on the right, Harrison on the left, but know that he will be willing to change it. Will Rodrigo come in place of Bamford late on, or will he swap with Pablo? Does that move Roberts further down the back pecking order now that Pablo's back in the side? It probably does for me, and that's why we've not gone out and gone after another midfielder. But know that we'll have the exciting talent of Rafinha if we're unable to lock anything on. He's got pace. We all know that. 91 pace on FIFA, I'll have you say. It's quite interesting to say that Bielsa eventually wants to move him into that central position as that Ngonche. So it'll be interesting to see how he develops, during his time at Leeds United. But I'm excited that these players are coming in and getting thrown straight into the mix. Look, Wolves' record, not that great. Last 3 games against Wolves, we've lost them all. You know, Wolves have a very decent record against us. But let's not forget, when Wolves were down in the Championship, they were already a Premier League side operating in the Championship. Do you know what I mean? They were absolutely unreal at that level, and we weren't great. So, yeah, I mean, look, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be decent. There probably will be goals for both sides. So back Leeds to win, both teams to score for me. Because Wolves have to now come out with a performance, don't they? Portugal B side. They have to come out and come out with a performance because, listen, you can't be getting battered. Listen, with all due respect to West Ham, and they've had a great start to the season after an initial bump in the road, but they shouldn't be getting beat 4-0 against West Ham, this Wolves side. This Wolves side is operating in Europe, you know, has done for the last 2 seasons, finished high up the table. Very much the model that we want to follow in terms of attacking the Premiership and landing in Europe, because I genuinely feel we'll be knocking on the door come the end of the season. It's going to be an interesting game, but Leeds are in form. The centre-back partnership isn't ideal, of course. You'd rather have Cooper. You'd rather have Llorente, but it is what it is. You know, we've got one of the best young keepers in world football, and Elland Meslier, you know, behind them. He just breeds confidence for them too. I think their experience will come on. There won't be silly mistakes. There won't be any penalties. As long as we can stop set pieces, I think we can win this game. You know, Elland and Dallas is going to have a job on. Let's not forget that. He's going to have a job on against Adama Traore. But whenever asked against top opposition, he always puts in work. He always does really well. Both of them do. Elland was brilliant against Mane. You know, Dallas was amazing against City. Do you know what I mean? These players will rise to that occasion. And I believe they'll look at Adama Traore especially and think, yeah, this is a challenge that I'll relish. You know, Click, Mr. Consistent, had a great international break. Fine. I think if Pablo comes in, if Rodrigo starts, it's totally fine. It'll be one of them 2 for me. I think it will be Pablo. We all know how good Harrison is. Harrison's going to be fit, ready and raring to go. Obviously, no international for him. And he missed out on the City game. So he'll want to come out and he'll want to stamp a marker to say, I'm back in this side. I expect a performance from him. And, of course, leading the line. And let's not forget Costa. Costa will want to show this Wolves side, these Wolves fans, Nuno Espirito Santo that moved him on, that he's, you know, here, ready and wanting to do bits for this Leeds United side. So it might be worth sticking some money on him getting one as well, because we know when players return to their old clubs, you know, that tends to happen. And, of course, we've got Pat Bamford leading the line. Take Dominic Calvert-Lewin out of the equation, the most informed striker in the Premier League for me. Love that. But listen, I think there's going to be goals. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Leeds United win. And just for us to further cement our place in the top half. We don't bother with teams down in the bottom half, your likes of Man United and all that sort of stuff, you know. We're better than that. We're bigger than that. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts. I'm sorry I won't be able to do the watch along on Monday due to a prior engagement, but Oscar, Jack and Tash will have you covered. I'll be recording the game, watching it when I get back, and when I've watched it, I'll get your post-match out. Please smash a like on the video, share and subscribe. I've really missed doing this. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the game. Who do you see playing in that cam sort of role? Who's going to come in? Will Roberts start again, or will he start Rodrigo, or does Pablo come straight back into the side? What do you make of the battle between Dallas and Adama Traore? Let me know all your guys' thoughts. And yeah, it's a pleasure as always doing these. And I'll see you in a bit. Come on, Leeds, get another 3 points. Leeds.